Hello everyone, Mike Rempel from Excel Bytes with today's Excel Bytes blog post. Today we're going to take a look at the XLOOKUP function. This is a new function in Excel that's only available in Office 365, but if you have that, this may become your next favorite function in Excel. It can replace lookup, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and in some cases even IFERROR. So let's see how we can use this new function in Excel. So first, let's take a quick look at the basics of the XLOOKUP function. If I type equal XL, you'll see that it says it searches a range or an array for a match and returns the corresponding item from a second range or array. By default, an exact match is used. And you can see the arguments as I've listed here. There's the lookup value, the lookup array, the return array, and then there's three optional arguments, which are if not found, match mode, and search mode. So what we're going to do here is I have a list of 12 examples that we're going to go through to show you how you can use the XLOOKUP function. So I have a list here of some names, their hire dates, the department, and salary. And I also have 4 quarters worth of sales data here. And we're going to use this information to provide some examples of the XLOOKUP function. So the first one we're going to do is just look up the salary of an employee. So I'm going to choose the name here of Carl Hill, and I'm going to do equals XL and hit tab. My lookup value is right here in G4, comma. My lookup array is in the name list, comma. My return array is in the salary list here, and I can close my parentheses and hit enter, and you can see I get 16,400. Very simple. So for Carl Hill, salary 16,400, that works perfectly. Now, let's say you want to do it in reverse, something that the VLOOKUP function in the past could not do. Let's say I want to see whose salary is $15,500. I will type equal XL tab. My lookup value is 15,500, comma. My lookup array is in the salary range, comma, and the return array is the name range. Close my parentheses, hit enter, and I get Joey Chavez. If I look up 15,500, Joey Chavez is the correct answer. Next is what department is, say, Ebony Oliver in. Okay, so I'm going to change my name here to Ebony Oliver, and I'll say equals XL tab. My lookup value is right here, comma. My lookup array is the name, comma. My return array is department. Close my parentheses. Again, sales is the answer. And so for Ebony Oliver, sales is the correct department. Now let's say I want to look up a name and I'm not sure if it's in my list. So first I'm going to choose a name here. I'm going to choose Fred Smith. And I will say equals XL tab. My lookup value is G4 again, Fred Smith, comma. My lookup array is in the name, comma. My return array, let's say I want to see what department this person is in. I'll choose department. If not found, I'm going to type in quotes, not on the list. Close my quotes. Now my match mode, again, I can leave it blank, or if I want an exact match, I would put a 0. Close my parentheses, hit enter, and notice since Fred Smith is not in my list, I get the response of not on the list. Again, this is how you can use the XLOOKUP function to replace IFERROR. You don't have to wrap your VLOOKUP in an IFERROR function in case the result is not on the list. Now let's say I want to find out who has the max salary in the list. So I will type equals XL tab. Max, what's the max in the salary range? Close my parentheses, comma. What's my lookup array? Again, is in salary, comma. My return array is in the name range. close my parentheses, hit enter. Daisy Berry has the max salary. If we look, Daisy Berry, $42,575, and that is the largest on the list. Same thing if I want to do minimum, all I would need to do is change this to min, hit enter, and Joey Chavez, $15,500, has the smallest salary on the list. Now let's take a look and see how the search mode, which is the last argument in the XLOOKUP function, let's see how that works. So let's say I want to see who is the first person on the list who's in the customer service department. Well, let me choose customer service from my drop-down list here. And I'm going to say equals XL tab. My lookup value is customer service. My lookup array is the department. My return array is here. Now I can just leave this as it is. I'll close my parentheses and I'll get Emmanuel Mullins, because in the list here, department, customer service, Emmanuel Mullins is the first one. But let's say I want to find out who's the last person on the list that is in customer service. Okay, I'm going to type equals XL, customer service, my lookup value. My lookup array again is this department list. My return array again is the name, comma. If not found, I'm just going to put another comma because I'm going to leave that blank. I'm going to put 0 for an exact match. And now the search mode, I can search first to last, or in this case, I want last to first, which is a -1. Close my parentheses, hit enter, and I get Albert Williamson. If I look up customer service and go from the bottom up, here's the last one on the list, Albert Williamson, and that is correct. Now let's say we want to check salaries. I want to look up a $25,000 salary, and I want to see who's the next highest in that list. So I'll say equals XLOOKUP. My lookup value is 25,000, and my lookup array is in salary, comma. My return array, I want to see the name, comma. If not found, I'm not going to worry about that. My match mode is I can choose -1 if I want to see the exact match or the next smallest. In this case, I want to see the next highest, so I'll choose a 1, which is an exact match or next largest. So I'll put a 1, close my parentheses, hit enter, and I get Irma Benson. So if we look up Irma Benson, she's at 26,900, so it's the first one over 25,000. If I change this instead to a 1 to a -1, hit enter, I get Christina Rodriguez. Christina Rodriguez is just under 25,000. So that was the exact match or next smallest. So there's two options there when you're looking up a value and you want to see one that's just above or just below. The XLOOKUP function can also be used for a replacement for HLOOKUP. So let's say I want to see what the sales is for Q2. I'll go into here, choose Q2 just to make it simple, equals XLOOKUP. My lookup value is here, comma, my lookup array here, comma, my return array is here, close my parentheses, hit enter, and I get 203,000. Q2 is 203,000. Or let's say what was the max sales for any quarter. Again, equals XL. I'll choose max. And I want the max number in this array here, comma. I'm going to look it up in this array. I want to return this array here, close my parentheses, hit enter, and you see Q4. So Q4 had the max sales in a lookup that's running horizontally. So this is just some of the things that you can do with XLOOKUP in Excel. There are far more things, more intricate, etc., but this really gives you a good flavor of how the XLOOKUP function works in Excel. So thanks for watching this tutorial. If you found it beneficial, please share it, like it, or give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my blog at my website, excel-bytes.com, or any of the social networks you see below. Have a great day and happy excelling.